Halloween.
It's really hard.
but who will make a difference in their holiday.
What will it be like to have a tree like this in your room?
I'm gonna show off to everybody. I like this one.
That one, is that one the one?
Wilson went with the Hot Wheels theme.
Wow, thank you.
Much more than a Christmas tree, it's the stability of tradition at an uncertain time.
I love it.
Janet Shamlian, CBS News, Houston.
That's tonight's CBS Evening News. For Nora O'Donnell, I'm Margaret Brennan. Good night.
Good evening, and thanks for joining us here tonight for News 40 at 6. I'm Noah Fairber.
And I'm Noah Moore. So, how was your day today? Was it really good?
It was pretty good, Noah. How was your day?
It was really nice. I got to finally step outside, enjoy the weather today. We ended up seeing lots of sunshine for the majority of the day. But
Warmer temperatures too, yeah.
Definitely, and I'm a big fan of warm weather. Trust me, trust me. If I'm able to go anywhere, definitely somewhere warm. But as the day wore on, though, we did end up seeing a lot more clouds moving through the area. Here's a live look at your live cam, sponsored by AAA Systems, of a view of downtown Bowling Green. Very good scene out there, very dry as well. Now, we are going to continue to have mostly cloudy skies overnight tonight and going into tomorrow. But here's today's almanac. Today, we ended up reaching a high of 54 degrees, just a little bit above normal at 48, but our record high set back in 1949 was a high of 67 degrees, and our lows this morning in the bone-chilling 20s at 22 degrees. Now, as we go throughout the rest of the night tonight, we are going to continue to have temperatures continue to get really cold into the low 30s at 32 degrees with mostly cloudy skies, so make sure you bundle up if you're going out and about tonight.
Our top story tonight, an explosion inside a Franklin Industrial Supply building rattled nearby homes and buildings for blocks this morning. Check out this video. Watch as a vent on top of the R3 Industrial building on East Cedar Street rockets into the air after an explosion inside an industrial dryer. The Franklin Fire Department says they got a call around 10:14 this morning about a fire at the industrial laundry and dry cleaning business. Fire officials say that R3 employees were safely evacuated. After an investigation, fire officials determined that chemical fumes on rags inside the dryer ignited nearby dust particles. One employee standing near the dryer had minor injuries. 3 people are also injured after a silo leak at a power plant in Ohio County. The incident happened this morning at the Big Rivers Electric DB Wilson station in Centertown. Authorities initially thought it was a tower collapse, but it turns out smoke was coming from a large leak in one of the ash silos. 3 people were hurt, including one person who was buried under the ash. All 3 were transported to a nearby hospital, and while the leak has been contained, the cause remains under investigation. The EPA is monitoring air quality, making sure the air is safe to breathe for employees and residents. In more local news now, it's okay to ask for help, though some may discount the idea of depression or anxiety. Many entities in our local communities are doing their best to help out. A new partnership has just been formed in the Warren County area, and News 40's Michael Ridgway has the details.
There was a stigma to it, and I think there still is a stigma to it. I think we're chipping away at that, but I think it's something we have to continue to do to normalize that conversation.
Many individuals struggle with anxiety or depression, and that's okay. But what's not is letting it fester. That's why mental health professionals push so earnestly for treatment options. With mental health becoming a bigger concern now more than ever, WCPS has recently partnered with an organization to continue to aid members of their family.
This is definitely something that we've talked about for a long time. Warren County employs 4 district case managers, but Care Solace is able to give us an extra layer for when, we're out of school or it's 24/7. So
the school district wants to be able to offer support both on and off the clock to students, staff, and student families. And regardless of all the positives in your life, this time of year can be hard for a variety of reasons.
Right. You have a home, you have a meal, you have clothes, it's all these things that you should be grateful for, and you probably are grateful for, but the brain is not wired that way all of the time. And our brains are wired differently. And some people can, this is a joyous time, and for others, it's just a struggle time.
The school knows that events can strike whenever, so this is an extra safety net for those who feel like they might need it.
Or maybe it's, at times when school's not in session, crisis doesn't always occur, during the hours of 8 to 5.
And on a larger scale, 988 is always there for everyone.
They answer the phone, they stay on the phone with you, and it may be that you just need somebody to listen for a few minutes. It may be you need to talk to somebody. Because you're feeling down, because of the season or lack of sunshine, whatever it is, they're there. If you're struggling with substance use issues, 988, they're there. They are a wealth of resources and information for referrals.
In Bowling Green, because local matters, Michael Ridgway, WNKY News 40.
If you're planning to hit the road for the holidays, one present you won't have to worry about is the gift of gas. Gas prices are trending lower, and the trend is not changing anytime soon. We kicked off the week with a record low of $2.69. The national average this time last year was around $3.32 per gallon. AAA says that average is now down to $3.09. However, the drop in prices is not for the reason you would think.
This is a time of year when gas prices are usually lower than the spring and summer because we've switched back to winter blend gasoline, which is a little bit cheaper to make and costs 3 to 4 cents less a gallon. So Americans can have a little extra money in their pockets.
Gas prices are in a great place, especially for millions of Americans that will be driving during the holidays. For more information on gas prices across the nation, you can visit our website. That's WNKY.com. Adulting is about to get easier for many adults out there at WKU. News 40's Carlisle Coppins joins us in the studio to tell us more.
A new online adulting resource will be available soon, thanks to a Western Kentucky University senior who is helping other young adults with necessary life lessons for free. Take a look. The nonprofit Coleus is providing unique and educational opportunities for adults who may be in transition or people who may need certain skills that we don't normally learn in the classroom.
I'm trying to solve a problem I have, and which I think a lot of young adults have, which is when you turn 18, you're kind of expected to perform adulthood. You're expected to live by adulthood and take on those responsibilities. However, there's not really a consistent infrastructure in place to make sure you have those skills.
You may be looking things up on the internet, but this federally recognized nonprofit is a one-stop shop.
It's everything all in one place. It's resources that are already created by experts in their respective fields, and then it's collected so that it can be easily referenced or processed by the reader.
From financial literacy to changing your tires, the Adult Encyclopedia has everything you can possibly think of.
That it's like an encyclopedia for life. It's a collection of all the little questions where you ask, how am I supposed to do this? Nobody taught me this in school, but I need to know it if I'm going to be successful. And all of that's in there.
Along with answering tons of questions you may have, Coleus will leave you more prepared with the knowledge and tools you need to be a successful adult.
The hopeful impact is that people will have that resource and know they can turn to it and very quickly gauge some topic they're curious about and gain that kind of, maybe not a expertise in it, but a baseline understanding to feel prepared.
The Coleus Academy is scheduled to fully launch this summer. For more details on what an adult encyclopedia has to offer, visit WNKY.com. Noah.
All right, Carlisle. To health news now, Blood Assurance, a national blood donation service, has updated their guidelines pertaining to the ability of gay and bisexual men to donate blood. The change is now in line with many other developed nations who base the ability to donate blood on the health of the individual and not on the reported sexual orientation of the donor. Previously, men had to wait 3 months after their last sexual contact with another man before donating. This new change, however, will eliminate that restriction.
What it allows us to do is to determine people's risk factors for having HIV, not determine it based on your sexual orientation or your gender or anything else, but actually your risks, because we know a lot more than we did in the middle of the 1980s.
The change is a victory for many in the LGBTQIA+ community who have not been able to donate blood for roughly 40 years since the onset of the HIV scare in the 1980s. The new guidelines follow decades of research and increased accuracy of testing for HIV. Coming up later this week, News 40's Tucker Covey speaks to an individual who is now able to donate blood after this change. It's a condition many may not like to talk about, but overactive bladder, or OAB, affects millions of adults in the U.S. While it's most common in people 65 and older, it can also affect younger women, including Hollywood actress Holly Robinson Peete. In today's Health Minute, why she wants to erase the stigma around OAB and the red flags that may signal that you're suffering from it. She's known for her roles on screen, but Holly Robinson Peete is taking on a new part as advocate for those who suffer from overactive bladder.
These symptoms were really keeping me from doing the life that I do on a regular basis.
Peete says she was diagnosed with OAB about 1.5 years ago after struggling with symptoms.
I was just experiencing frequent urination, usually 8 or more times in 24 hours.
Other OAB signs include a sudden urge to urinate that's difficult to control, unintentional loss of urine, and waking up more than 2 times in the night to urinate. Health experts say it's not just a normal part of aging.
At first, the idea of having this initial conversation with my doctor felt a little embarrassing. But once he diagnosed me with OAB, it opened up a whole slew of questions I was able to ask. And this was great because I was able to say, okay, so how do we treat this?
Treatments include healthy lifestyle choices, such as limiting caffeine and alcohol, and nerve stimulation. Medication can also be prescribed. That's what helped Peete.
I had to remind myself that seeking help is a step towards taking control and listening to your body and openly sharing with your doctor about what OAB symptoms you're experiencing, how they may disrupt your everyday life, and you're not alone.
The Mayo Clinic says healthy lifestyle choices may also reduce risk of OAB. That includes maintaining a healthy weight, staying active, not smoking, managing chronic conditions like diabetes, and doing pelvic floor exercises to make those muscles stronger. Still to come on News 40 at 6, former President Donald Trump has hit a major roadblock in his campaign for re-election. We'll have more on the state of Colorado's decision to keep him off their ballot in just a bit. But first, weather anchor Noah Moore is in after the break with a full look at our forecast. You got a great view of downtown Bowling Green, but it's going to be a wet Christmas coming up. He'll tell you right after this.
WNKY News 40, broadcasting live from the German American Bank studio in downtown Bowling Green.
This is my dad, Audie, and he is absolutely precious.
When it came to making some life-changing decisions for my mother, we found the folks here at Massey Springs to be so helpful.
They had that personal touch that we were looking for, and we could tell it was the perfect place for our mom.
We found the folks here at Massey Springs compassionate and caring.
Massey Springs was definitely the right choice for me and my dad.
Massey Springs Senior Living. Here, we're family. Schedule your tour with us today.
It's time to light up the season during the Make the Holidays Bright sales event. Get our best offers and choose from a huge selection of Ford F-150 trucks with the capability, convenience, and technology to help bring us together. Discover how Ford F-150 can make the holidays bright. Now get a new F-150 with 2.9% financing for 72 months, plus no payments for 90 days, only at your local Ford dealer.
At Infinity Pipeline, your family is our family. Our employees are the foundation of what we do. And what matters to you matters to us. We're now hiring the next generation of skilled workers to help grow our community. Apply now. InfinityPipeInc.com.
Looking to shop for a cause or to donate to a local nonprofit store? Visit the Habitat Restore of Bowling Green, located at the corner of 8th and Center across from the Bowling Green Ballpark. Call or visit our website today to learn more.
Severe weather can happen at any moment. WNKY News 40 Weather is here to prepare you before the storm hits. On air, online, and on your phone, News 40 keeps you safe and weather aware. Severe weather coverage powered by Buck Electric.
Russell Sims Aquatic Center season passes make great gifts. Solo passes are $85 and family 4 passes are $200. Get your passes before prices go up by calling or visiting bgky.org/BGPR.
Right now, a brand new move-in ready Jago home is more affordable than you might think. Jago Homes has the gift of a low 5.5% 30-year fixed interest rate that's guaranteed for the life of your loan. You'll enjoy open, spacious living, and your family will be comfortable throughout the year with our exclusive Energy Smart technology. Find your dream home today at jagohomes.com. Yes, you really can be home for the holidays.
Congratulations, Erica Andreessen, winner of this year's Scared of Santa photo contest. And to our winning voter, Alice Hill. Erica and Alice are taking home prizes for our partners in this year's contest. Merry Christmas from WNKY News 40. You're watching WNKY CBS 40, home of Super Bowl 58.
We're back with weather anchor Noah Moore. Noah, you were just telling me before the break you're planning a trip, and obviously with Christmas coming up, it's going to be wet, not white, green, just wet.
Yeah, it's just one of them things where, like, it's just, you can't really control it. But you, like I said before, you just got to roll with the punches, just ride the wave, and then, like, everything will work out in its favor. Like, with the amount of rain that we will be seeing, could you imagine how much snow that would transition to? That would be a lot of snow for us, for at least Kentucky. I'm from Ohio, so we'd see some decent snow, but here's a live look at your live cam, looking over downtown Bowling Green, presented by AAA Systems. Very beautiful scenery out in South Central Kentucky, but we are going to continue to have mostly cloudy skies overnight tonight with really cold temperatures. But right now, we're still sitting pretty mild, a little chilly out there with temps into the mid-40s at 44 degrees. Winds are fairly light and calm, and our dew point is very dry at 21 degrees. Now, as we take a look over at some of your temperatures around the region, most of us are still mainly into the mid-40s here. Edmonton 46, Glasgow 45. Further up to the north in E-Town, that's where we are seeing temperatures at 43 degrees. Hardinsburg still pretty cold at 38, and then further on out to the west, that's where we are seeing temps at 45 degrees in Madisonville. Now, over the next 40 hours, we are going to continue to stay nice and mild and fairly dry because we are still going to have this high pressure system off to our south. And since we are going to be on the backside of it, it's actually going to allow warmer air to finally move back into South Central Kentucky and Tennessee valleys. But as we go right into the weekend, that's when we are looking off to the west, and that's when we could still have a few chances of rain and maybe even a rumble of thunder in some of the heavier downpours. But it's not really looking too convective at the current time. But here's what we're looking at for our next system. As we go right into today, we have an upper level low further on out to the west, giving California problems with heavy rain and possibly mudslides. And then as we go right into Thursday for tomorrow, that upper level system moves into the southwestern part of the U.S., and that's going to influence weather out throughout parts of Texas, Oklahoma, and Kansas. But that's not done yet. It's going to continue to move its way across the country, and then that's when it's going to affect our weather. Now, as we take a look, it's really not going to be any colder anytime soon. We're mainly right in the middle between two systems. Further on up to the north, they are going to experience warmer temperatures, and then oddly enough, further down to the south, that's where they are going to have a lot more rain and cooler temperatures. That's why it's going to continue to stay cooler down there and throughout parts of the south. But winter begins tomorrow, December 21st. It's going to be the shortest day and the longest night for us, and then after that, the days are slowly going to get longer, longer, and longer. Tonight, temperatures finally getting down into the low 30s at 32 degrees with mostly cloudy skies. So if you are going to go out and about, make sure you bundle up. Now, here's a look at your 7-day forecast. As we go right into Friday, temperatures are going to be nice and mild into the mid to upper 50s at 58 degrees. Same thing for Saturday, but as we get into Christmas Eve, that's when we could have more rain chances. And then on Christmas Day, that's when we are going to see our best chances of rain. So make sure you have your rain gear real close to you. We'll be right back after the break.
Home is more than a house. Wherever you are in your journey of homeownership, German American Bank is here to support you. Our team of dedicated mortgage loan professionals can help you with lending solutions featuring low or no down payment, assistance for closing costs and improvement projects, or even loans specifically for first-time home buyers. We're here to tell you, homeownership is achievable. German American Bank, member FDIC.
It's the winning season at the Mint Gaming Hall Bowling Green. Win cash or free play with nightly drawings December 25th through the 31st. Bring home the jolly this holiday season at the Mint Gaming Hall Bowling Green. Visit themintgaming.com for more details.
I'm waking up my day, so let's get it started. Turn it up, turn it on, keep the morning moving right along. Yeah, I'm waking up my day.
at 6.
Just rockin' and rollin', baby.
Cut back tomorrow.
We got you all fixed up. Got it all fixed up for you, ma'am. Let there be light, ma'am.
Looks like she finally called JB.
This December, Kelly's all new. This is dangerous. I do not need another dog.
Weekdays at 3 on NBC 40.
Hey, Santa. How are you?
I'm well, Darius. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well. I'm really wishing for a snowy, glowy Christmas.
Oh, so am I. How many inches do you think would make a good Christmas snow?
Oh, I would have to say 10 inches.
Oh, sounds perfect.
Stella uses AT&T. Abby has Spectrum One. With AT&T, Stella pays $110 a month for her internet and mobile.
Plus monthly fees. Ouch.
With Spectrum One, Abby gets internet for $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and a free unlimited mobile line.
That's a good deal. I know.
Abby saves big, over $75 a month. That's over $900 in savings.
I'm switching to Spectrum.
Call, click, or visit a Spectrum store to get Spectrum One.
Consumer confidence in the U.S. is at its highest level since July. That's according to a Conference Board report released Wednesday. The business group's Consumer Confidence Index jumped to 110.7 from a downwardly revised 101 in November. Economists at the Conference Board say December's increase in consumer confidence is a sign of positive current business conditions and job availability, along with a more positive outlook on personal income. The Colorado Supreme Court has dealt former President Donald Trump a legal blow after declaring he is ineligible to be on that state's primary ballot and ineligible to be president. The move sets up a legal challenge that will make its way to the U.S. Supreme Court. Skylar Henry has more details from the White House.
The Colorado Republican Party says it's pulling out of the primaries and will hold a caucus instead. It's a reaction to the Colorado Supreme Court ruling that former President Donald Trump is ineligible to run again in the Centennial State, citing the Constitution's insurrection clause, which states that no person shall be able to hold office if they have engaged in an insurrection or rebellion.
Governor of Florida, Ron DeSantis.
Trump's primary opponents say the left are trying to rig the election.
They're doing all this stuff to basically solidify support in the primary for him, get him into the general, and the whole general election is going to be all this legal stuff.
Trump is planning to appeal the decision to the highest court in the land.
We're likely to get a decision from the United States Supreme Court sooner rather than later.
President Biden said he would not comment on pending court cases, but he had no problem weighing in on one of the essential questions of the case.
Is Trump an insurrectionist, sir?
Well, I think certainly it's self-evident. You saw it all. Now, whether the 14th Amendment applies, I'll let the court make that decision. But he certainly supported an insurrection.
Trump's actions on January 6th are at the center of a federal court case scheduled to go on trial in March. Skylar Henry, CBS News, the White House.
Still to come, News 40's Maxwell Trink is in the studio with a look at your sports. We'll be right back.
Shop at Fireline Guns and Knives this Christmas. Check out our selection of firearms, knives, candles, coffee, concealed carry purses, and more. Follow us on Facebook for weekly deals and rebate offers. Fireline Guns and Knives in Glasgow.
Did you know that even if you quit smoking up to 15 years ago, that you could still be at risk for lung cancer? A lung cancer screening could save your life. If you are a current or former smoker between the ages of 50 and 80 years old, ask your doctor if you are eligible for a lung cancer screening. MedCenter Health Primary Care offers 8 locations across South Central Kentucky where you can get started.
I'm attorney Deborah Brose. I am committed to my clients across South Central Kentucky. But don't just take it from me. If you've been injured in a car wreck, I can help. Call our office today for a free consultation.
Greenwood Ford Lincoln Mobile Service works where you work and can meet you when you need it. Our mobile service van is fully loaded with all the latest tools and diagnostic equipment. We provide a range of services, including oil and filter change, battery health checks, brake services, and tire rotation. Schedule your Greenwood Ford Lincoln mobile service online
or by contacting Greenwood Ford Lincoln. With Greenwood Ford Lincoln Mobile Service, it's easy to keep your vehicle in tip-top shape.
At Hard Copies, we're the music lovers' music store. With our sizable new music selection, our slice of local flavor, and wall-to-wall swag. We're your prime local spot for all things in rock. Hard Copies, located inside Greenwood Mall.
Staybridge Suites is the first choice for extended stay lodging in South Central Kentucky. Located in the heart of town, we can accommodate your every need. Whether it's lodging for your next business conference or team members staying for months at a time, Staybridge Suites offers all the comforts of home. With daily hot breakfast, a weekly social hour, and multiple room styles that include full kitchens, let us be your home away from home. Staybridge Suites in Bowling Green.
Diversified Electrical is now hiring. Positions include electrician, electrician assistant, and job foreman. Pay range is $18 to $55 per hour. Insurance, holiday pay, vacation, and more great benefits available. Find out more at diversifiedelectrical.com.
MeTV presents Sick Burns on Frank Burns.
Why don't you guys like me, huh? Because you're a lousy doctor and a rotten person. Aside from that, well, there's your pimples. My pores won't close. You are a total and definitive pain in the gluteus maximus. Would you like me to translate? You can't talk to me like that.
Watch more of these sick burns on Frank Burns on MASH.
No, you really ought to see a proctologist about possible brain damage.
Welcome into sports. Today was National Signing Day for college football. After one of the most exciting bowl wins of all time, WKU football has officially reloaded for next year. WKU officially signed numerous guys from all positions this morning. Offensive lineman Gabe Arnold, Rodney Newsome Jr., defensive back Xavier Griffin, and wide receiver Jalen Hampton were just a few. It'll be an interesting offseason for the Tops. A lot of big names heading to the NFL draft or transferring. WKU men's hoops was in action late last night for some West Coast basketball. Tops visited California Baptist. WKU was able to squeak out the win late, 73-70, securing their 6th straight win. With a 10-3 record, this is the best start for the Tops since the 2004-2005 season. Well, the Lady Toppers hit the hardwood this afternoon, taking on the Nevada Wolfpack in the Missouri State Classic. The team was able to pull out their 2nd straight win behind a strong second half, winning 66-60. The Tops are back in action tomorrow at 2:30 against Missouri State. And tomorrow is the annual rivalry game between the Kentucky Wildcats and Louisville Cardinals. The 9th-ranked Wildcats are coming off a massive win over the UNC Tar Heels this past weekend in the CBS Sports Classic. The Cats have won back-to-back games since falling to UNC Wilmington. For Reed Shepard, here was his thoughts on Louisville.
They're super aggressive. They've got good guards that are getting to the basket no matter what. They're not going to let anything stop them from getting to the basket, getting to the foul line. So we got to be sure just stay guard our man and just try not to put them on the line. But I mean they're all really good players, and they're just going to keep getting better and better every game they play, and they're going to be super pumped to come out and play us, and the crowd's going to be loud. It's going to be a fun game.
And on the other sideline, Louisville Cardinals have continued their struggles this season. Kenny Payne and the Cards are currently 5-6 on the season. After a win against Pepperdine this past weekend, here were head coach Kenny Payne's thoughts about the importance of this in-state rivalry.
Trying to get these guys to understand just how much is invested into this game emotionally, and help them understand really this requires you to be 1,000% focused on the task at hand. At the end of the day, the stats won't matter. What we shoot, how we play, meaning up until this point, the only thing that matters is that you go out there and fight.
And finally, the Tennessee Titans are gearing up for some action against the Seattle Seahawks at Nissan Stadium. Team takes on Seattle as they sit with a 5-9 record following their overtime loss last week to the Texans. Ahead of the Christmas Eve game, Titans quarterback Will Levis spoke on how he's feeling after getting banged up against Houston.
You know, definitely that day after is pretty crazy. Sometimes guys feel like there's no chance they got a chance to play, you know, and then by Thursday, Friday, that comes around and something feels different. So definitely feel a lot better than I did on Sunday, Monday, and hopefully continues to go that way.
We'll see what the Titans can do, but of course that Louisville-Kentucky game, that's what everybody is looking forward to.
Oh yeah, it's definitely going to be an interesting game. You got the WKU win last night, Louisville and Kentucky. We'll see if they can match up
It should be an interesting matchup, I would say.
We definitely got some interesting weather making our way in for Christmas week too. So.
Yes, definitely for sure. As we go right into the weekend, temperatures are going to be nice and warm into the upper 50s and even low 60s. Look at Sunday, Christmas Eve, 65 degrees with a little small chance of rain, but then the rain chances will definitely increase as we go throughout Christmas Eve night. So Santa Claus is definitely going to have a little wet commute, but then as we go right into Monday for Christmas Day, that's when we are going to have another wet Christmas.
Yeah, and then Tuesday and the sharp drop off on Wednesday too, upper
I'm not
mid-40s.
looking forward to that.
Oh yeah, but thanks for joining us on News 40 at 6. We'll see you later tonight at 10.
Thank you very much, everybody. Thank y'all. I do. Well, welcome to Family Feud, everybody. I'm your man, Steve Harvey. Well, we got another good one for you today, returning for their second day from Fayetteville, Georgia. It's the champs. It's Zachary family. And from Newnan, Georgia, it's the Tridal family. Everybody's here trying to win themselves some cash, and somebody might have a shot driving out of here in a brand new car.